Yes, guys, I hope you are able to view my screen, right? So today we'll be discussing about shell scripting. So shell scripting will help you to automate your jobs on your Linux environment. So if you want to automate some of your tasks and if you want to automate some of your jobs, okay, so shell scripting will be helping you to automate the task in your Linux machines, guys. So normally, for example, if you want to check how much space is there on your Linux machine, you will give df space -h, right? And if you want to check what is the RAM of your Linux machine, we will give free space -m, right? So df space -h and free space -m will give you RAM size of your Linux machine and storage of your Linux machine. If you want to check the IP address, you will give if config and it will give you the IP address like this, right? Now, when you are checking this thing, you are giving the commands on the terminal, right? You are giving the commands on terminal and it is giving us the results back. Okay. Now, I want to see all these three things at the same time. Okay. I want to check my machine storage. I want to check RAM size and I want to check the IP address of my machine at the same time over here. Okay. So why can't I go with a kind of an automated task for me, an automated command, okay, so that it will give me all these three details at a single time. Okay, so that is one of the major purposes that why we use shell scripting in real time, mostly for automating our jobs and tasks in our Linux machine. Okay, so if I go back onto my shell scripting file, let me open a sample file over here. I'll call this file as my Rajesh file, and your shell scripting file should be ending with .sh because it's a shell script. Okay, now I will be clicking on enter and let me start writing my shell script. So whenever you are writing your shell script, you will be writing your shell script with a /bin/bash over here. Okay, hashtag inverted colon /bin/bash. Okay, so we call this line as our shebang line, guys. This is our shebang line. Technically, we call this line our as shebang line. Okay, so what this line will do over here is, what happens over here is, guys, in Linux. Okay, let me open a paint diagram. So in Linux, you have one core component. Not only in Linux, in most of your operating systems, what you will have one core component like this. Okay, and we call this core component as kernel. Okay, and what kernel will do? Kernel is the layer between your hardware and software of your machine, guys. Kernel. Okay, so we will be having a kernel not only for Linux, for every operating system you will be having one kernel. Okay, so kernel is the layer between your hardware and software, so it is the mediator between that. Okay, so in Linux what happens, your kernel is being divided into different shells like this. Okay, so this is one shell and this is another shell. Okay, and this is a different shell. So like this your kernel is divided. Okay, and each shell will do its own task anyhow. So one shell is our bash shell. Okay, where our shell scripts are getting interpreted. Okay, so this bash is basically an interpreter. It goes to your kernel and it's an interpreter over here. It's not a compiler, it's an interpreter. Okay, compiler will compile your program, but interpreter will convert your program directly to your machine level language. Okay, from our programming, whatever script you are writing will be converting it to your machine level language, right? So this is an interpreter. So like this, in your kernel you have K shell. Okay, this is one of the shells. So all these are shells inside your kernel. Okay, and each has its own purpose. Over here you have Z shell, you have C shell. Okay, and C shell is where most of your C programs getting executed. It gets, okay, interpreted over there on your C shell. So you have different shells on your kernels. Each will be performing and understanding its own interpreter. So our bash will be going and calling to our kernel, and it will be interpreting your programs over here like this. Okay, so your shebang line will do that job. Okay, mostly it's an interpreter for our programs, right? Now, so once we have given our shebang line, under our shebang line, as I told you, I want to check the storage of my Linux machine, right? So what I'll give over here is df space -h. you can directly execute your Linux commands on your shell script. That is a major advantage of using a shell script. We can directly execute the commands on shell script. Okay, and it gives you df space -h over here. Okay, and let me check the memory over here. I'll give free space -m, and let me check the IP address over here. I'll give if config. So all three commands I'm giving in my shell script only, right? I'm not giving these three commands individually. All these commands I'm directly giving it on my shell script only, right? So now it will check the storage, it will check the RAM size, and it will check the IP address also. All these three things are checking from my shell script only, right? Now let me save this file. Okay, and before running and executing your shell script, you have to give permissions to your shell script. Okay, so for giving the permissions, I will use chmod. Okay, which means change mode. So for the first time, this is one time operation only. For the first time, you have to give permissions. Okay, not every time, only one time. Okay, and let me give the permissions as 777, and I'll give Rajesh, which is my shell script name. Okay, so I'll give enter over here. Permissions have been given. Okay, now to run and execute your shell script, okay, the syntax is very simple. You have to give dot slash, okay, dot and / give your shell script name. Okay, so dot and / and give your shell script name. Your shell script will get executed over here. Okay, so to execute our shell script, you have to have permissions, and after giving permissions, we have to give dot / and our shell script name. And now if you give enter, you will see that it is showing you disk space, it is showing you RAM size, and it is showing you the IP address as well. So all the three things are getting executed from your shell script. I no need to give these commands individually. Okay, so in your shell script, you can give all your Linux commands will get executed in your shell script directly. Directly we can write the commands, right? So now whatever you are seeing over here, okay, we know that this is our storage size, RAM size, and IP address you are showing over here. No doubt in that, right? Very good. But let me show this thing, okay, in a more appropriate way, in a more professional way, because we are engineers, right? So we will be adding a bit of professionality to whatever you are displaying over there, right? So instead of showing you things like this, what I'll do over here is I'll go back to my shell script over here. Okay, and instead of directly showing your output over here, what I'll do is, okay, let me add few things over here like this. Okay, so there is one echo command. Okay, echo command will print your lines on the output. Okay, so I'll give echo, and I will say this is my machine storage. Okay, and it will print the storage, right? And then I will say echo, this is my machine RAM size. Okay, and let me give a colon over here also. Yes. Okay, and then let me say echo, this is my machine's IP address. Okay, so the same program only. What I'm doing over here is I'm giving you the output in a more efficient way over here. Right, so I will be saving my script. Okay, no problem, you can note down. Okay, so I'll be saving my script now, and to run and execute your script, you will give / rajesh.sh, and it will show you this thing over here in a more appropriate way. See, this is my machine storage, this is my machine storage, and it is showing you the storage, and this is my machine RAM size, and it is showing you the RAM size, and this is my machine's IP address, and it will show you the IP address. Okay, so it's the same output. What I'm doing over here is I'm printing the statement with an echo command. Okay, with an echo command we are printing, and then we are showing our outputs over here like this. Okay, more easier way, right? Now let me go ahead, okay, and let us start writing the shell scripts for, okay, next ways. Okay, so I'll go back to my Rajesh file. Okay, so let me remove this. Okay, and let me start writing one script over here. Okay, if you want to add two numbers from your shell script, okay, so if you want to add two numbers from our shell script, simply what you can do over here is, okay, I'll give a equal to 25 plus 35. Okay, and I can simply do echo $a. So what I'm doing over here is I'm taking a variable a, okay, I'm taking a variable a, I'm adding two numbers, which is 25 plus 35, and I'm simply printing a value of a. So value of a is stored inside your addition over there. So basically I'm doing a sum over here. Okay, so basically I'm doing a sum over here. Right now let me save my shell script, and if I run and execute my shell script, what is the value? 60, right? No doubt it is giving you the result over here. Okay, so now again let me tell you one more thing, that it is no doubt it is giving you the result. You know how to add two numbers from shell script also, right? But let me add more professionalism to the output that which we are getting over here. Okay, if you are a very good at writing script, okay, if you are good at writing script, first of all what you will do is, whatever scripts you are writing, okay, so basically what I'm doing over here, I'm doing addition of two numbers, right? We are doing addition of two numbers, so we can easily understand it from seeing over here. Okay, but some shell scripts will be there. If you just go through that shell script, it will take time for you to understand it, what it is doing. Actually it is doing addition or subtraction, or it is doing multiplication, or it is running some other logic also. It will be difficult for us to analyze. So if you are very good at writing script, if you are professional at writing script, what you will do in real time is, whatever scripts you are writing, you will clearly tell over here within your hashtag mark that this is for adding two numbers, so that the next DevOps engineer, the next cloud engineer will simply understand by checking that hashtag statement that, okay, this logic is for adding two numbers. So always a professional, okay, coder or a professional scripter, what it will do is, he will be clearly mentioning the statements over there, that this is the reason, this is the logic that which you are running over here. So in real time, you have to follow these methods, because the next DevOps engineer will come after you. He has to struggle to understand the logic. Okay, this is a very simple logic. We can understand this. So the next shell script which I write over here now, okay, for those things, for it to understand, you have to give your hashtags like this. Okay, and what I'll do over here is, you are adding two numbers over here, right? I'll give a statement over here. Okay, that echo is there, right? This is addition of two numbers. So I can display my output over here like this. Echo, and I will say this is the addition of two numbers. So this is more professional, okay, and easily anyone can understand my program, that I'm adding two programs and I'm printing two numbers over here. Okay, so in real time they expect you to write your shell scripts, okay, in a more professional way like this. Right? Okay, now let me save my shell script over here. So I'll give escape shift colon WQ. I'll go back and let me execute my shell script again, and it will tell you that this is the addition of two numbers. Okay, so rather than just simply printing 60, I'm clearly printing over here that this is the addition of two numbers. Okay, so this is the addition of two numbers. So now let me show you guys. Okay, right. Okay, now let me tell you one more thing also over here. So over here we are adding two numbers, right? So I'm writing that this is the addition of two numbers. Now in my next shell script, what I'll do over here is I will say, okay, finding the area of a square. Okay, which will happen nothing but simply with a multiplication. So it's length into breadth, right? We will do length into breadth, will be giving us the area of square. So what I'll simply do over here is I'll simply write 5 into 5, and over here you can say that this is area. Simply, I'm just simply doing multiplication only over here. Okay, so basic shell scripts, addition, multiplication, you can do. Okay, subtraction and division. So these are very basic shell script which you are doing. Okay, but what I want you guys to concentrate over here is to write your shell scripts in a more appropriate way. Okay, so it gives the impression to them that you are a experienced in writing shell script. Okay, now if you go and save your shell script, okay, and now I'll try to execute my shell script. It will give me the area over here. So 5 into 5 is 25, right? Okay, very good. So now, okay, let us go to our next important thing over here. So I've given you the addition and I've given you the multiplication over here. Now let me go ahead to my next shell script over here, guys. And what I want to do over here in this shell script is, okay, I want to print the numbers over here, okay, in descending order. Okay, or you can say find the list in descending order. Okay, means you want to print the list, you want to get the numbers over here in a descending order over here. In a descending order, I want to print the numbers. Okay, so let us start writing a shell script over here. So from the hashtag statement only, you came to know that I'm doing a descending over here, right? Okay, don't need to understand the logic or no need to check the logic. From the statement itself, you came to know that I will be doing a descending order. I will be printing a descending order over here, right? So what I'll do over here is, okay, I will write a for loop over here, guys. So you can write for loops also inside your shell script. Okay, we can write our for loops also inside our shell script over here. So first thing what I'll do is I will first write a for loop over here, and I will say, okay, when a, so from 10 to 1 let us print. Okay, so I'll say when a is equal to 10. Okay, so when a is equal to 10. Okay, so when a is equal to 10, okay, this interview guys always asking for the schedule and all once. Okay, right, so I'm starting from what digit over here, guys? I'm starting from a equal to 10 over here, and then if a, okay, if a, now see what I'll do over here is, so okay, if a is greater than 0, not less than 10, if a is greater than 0, okay, if a is greater than 0, what I'll do over here, I'll do a minus minus. So what it will do, okay, understand this for loop. A value is 10 over here, right? So if 10 is greater than 0, what it will do, a minus minus. What will be the value of a then? 9, right? And then again 9 is greater than 0, it will do again 9 minus 1. Again 8 is greater than 0, again it will do 8 minus 1. Again 7 is greater than 0. Again it will do 7 minus 1. Okay, so in this order it will be going over here. Okay, then we have to do, okay, so when you are writing your for loop, okay, we have to do a do over here. Okay, so I'll say please, okay, do this action. So this is the syntax of your writing your for loop. Okay, so under for loop I have written my condition over here, right, and I am doing a do over here. Then I will say echo, which is nothing but to print, okay, and echo what value I should print over here, a, right? So I'll write a over here. Okay, I'll be printing the value as a over here. Okay, and then you have to say done for your for loop. Okay, so this is the logic for your descending order. Okay, so this is the logic of our descending order. Right, now let me save my script over here. Okay, and let me go back and let me start executing my shell script, and this is our order over here, and this is a descending order shell script. This is our descending order. Okay, or you can write one statement also over there. Okay, so what you can do over here is go back to your script and you can say after a echo over here, this is descending order. And this way also you can print. Right, so that is the reason I said from the logic sometimes we might not know that what is actually happening over here. Okay, so it will be quite difficult for to understand it that what is actually happening. You have to, okay, go through that logic. So that is the reason always whatever segments, whatever blocks, whatever logics you are writing, give your statement over here like this. Right, okay, now let me go back and let me tell you one more thing, guys. Okay, so whatever values till now I have given over here, all that values I'm directly declaring as a equal to 10, okay, or a equal to 20. Okay, so directly I'm declaring the values over here, right? So this way when you declare the values, we call it as hard coding the variables. So a is a variable, right? And directly if you are giving or assigning any values, we call it as hard coding of variables. Okay, hard coding. Okay, hard coding of our variables is nothing but directly assigning a value to our variables. Okay, so that you cannot be changing the value over here. Right, so I'll give you a very good example with this actually. Okay, let me go back and let me tell the, okay, find the name of user, for example. Okay, and what I'll do over here is I will say echo, this is the username. Okay, and what I will do over here is echo Ramesh, for example. Okay, and when you save your shell script and when you try to run your shell script, it will tell you that this is the username and this is Ramesh. Okay, so Ramesh is there, very good. Now Mohan came over there, and when Mohan run it shell script over here, for Mohan also it will show Ramesh only, right? For Mohan also it will show Ramesh only. So what we have to give to our user, we have to give option to our user so that he can enter his own name. Okay, because every time Ramesh will not be there in front of the system, right? Sometimes Mohan might come, John might come, some other users might come. So we have to give the option for users to give their names over here. So users should enter the names. Okay, nothing but entering the value from keyboard. Okay, we, okay, if I go back to my one, Okay, so this is the hard coding of our variables which we are doing over here. So instead of hard coding our variables, okay, it's better to take the variables from the user itself. Okay, so what I'll do over here is, see now, I'll do echo and I will ask the user itself, okay, that please enter your name, okay, and you have to take his name value with a read variable over here. So read is a keyword in shell scripting over here. If you write read, it will take the value from the keyboard and I will say please read a, and then I'll say echo this is my username, and you have to write it like this. I'll call it as $a. Okay, so I'm telling the user only to please enter your name. Okay, and I'm taking the value of his name under variable a. I'm not giving variable equal to Ramesh or variable equal to Mohan. I'm not hard coding over here. So this variable value is given by my user only. Okay, so this is called as pure variabilization. This is the actual purpose of using a variable actually. Okay, where we will tell our user to give his input over there. Okay, where he can give his input over here to our variable directly, right? Now I'm not assigning anything to a directly over here. I'm taking the input from the user. Now let me save my shell script. Now your shell script will become interactive shell script now. Okay, so now if you see, I will start executing my shell script and it is asking you to enter the name. Okay, and whatever name you are entering over here will be taken as a value of here. For example, this is Ramesh over here. I'll write Ramesh and it will say that this is my name Ramesh. Okay, and now I will again run my shell script and I'll say my name is John, and it will show that this is my name is John. Okay, so whatever value you are giving over here, it is entered by the user only. So this is much better actually, and in real time you have to try to write your shell scripts with a less hard coding, and more interactive shell script should be there where user can give its inputs over here, right? So that if the username changes or if user changes, so according to his requirement, it would be interacting with you in this way. Okay, you give any name, it will give you back over here like this. See, right? Very good. Okay, now let me go back and let me show you a one more shell script over here, guys. Okay, so I will go back to a one more shell script. Okay, and let me start writing a shell script. Okay, and I want to write a shell script now, this time for, okay, finding that number is a single digit or double digit. Okay, so I want to find that the number which you are, okay, giving over here, it's a single digit number or it's a double digit number, right? So what I'll do over here is I will say echo, oh sorry. Okay, so I can write this thing in two ways actually. If you want, you can directly assign the number as a equal to 10. Okay, and it will check over here that a is obviously it's a two-digit number, we also know. But what will be the logic for this? What will be the logic for this? How to find the number is single digit and how to find the number is double digit? Okay, logic is very simple over here. Okay, let me tell you that if you want to find a single digit number, the simple logic is the number should be less than 10. The number should be less than 10 over here. Okay, if a is less than 10, which means it's a single digit number. If a is greater than 10, which means it's a double digit number. So the only difference technically for a single digit and double digit number is less than 10 or greater than 10, right? Highest single digit number is 9 only. right? So I'll follow the same logic over here, simple logic only to find it. Okay, so what I'll do over here is, okay, instead of directly giving the value of a over here like this, I will give an echo over here, and I will say the user to please enter the number. Okay, so in a more professional way we are going over here. Okay, and I will take the number of that number over here in value as a, read a. Okay, and then I will write an if statement over here, guys. If, because I want to check that it's a less than 10 or greater than 10, so I'll use an if condition over here. Okay, and under my if condition, this is the syntax to write your if condition under your square brackets. And what I'll do over here is I'll say $a, which means whatever value is entered by your user is taken under $a, and I will say check if it is less than 10 or not. If it is less than 10, okay, so logic is very simple over here. Okay, if value of a is less than 10, okay, then echo that this number is, okay, this number is single digit number. Okay, or else I have to say else. Okay, so if it is less than 10, I am printing that it's a single digit number. Else, okay, I will give an echo over here, and what is the next statement? This is a double digit number. Okay, and to close your if condition, we have to write fi over here, guys. To close our if condition, we have to write fi. Okay, and whatever keywords you are seeing on your shell script, it will display you in yellow color. Okay, all the keywords which you are entering over here, it will show you in yellow color over here. Okay, so to find less than lt is a keyword, echo is keyword, read is keyword, if is a keyword, then, okay, else. Okay, so this is the one which we'll be writing over here, guys. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm simply checking that number is less than 10. If it is less than 10, this is a single digit number, else this is a double digit number for us. Okay, so these are the kind of script which your interviewer will also ask. Okay, simple logics only will be there. Okay, they will just confuse you, no problem. Okay, I'll escape shift colon wq, and let me start and run executing my shell script over here, dot slash and my shell script name. And if I give enter over here, you will see that it is asking me the number. Okay, I'll give the number as 9, and 9 is less than 10, right? So it is giving you that it's a single digit number. This is a single digit number. Okay, again I'll run my shell script, and again I'll give the value as 12 over here, and if you give enter, it is giving you that it's a double digit number. Okay, so it's a very simple thing to find your single digit or double digit with this one, guys. Okay, it's very easier for us to find that the number is a single digit number or a double digit number. You write one more if else condition. If you write 3 digit now also, it will show you it's a double digit only, because it's greater than 10 only, no? It's greater than 10 only. It is going with that logic. Okay, right. Okay, so let me just go to one more program over here. Okay, and let me write one more logic over here, guys. Okay, so let me just remove this shell script. Okay, and what I want over here is, okay, we guys have normally seen the way how our spin works normally, right? We have Ludo. So onto your Ludo, you have your spin, right? So when you are spinning something, it gives you the numbers over here like this, right? Okay, so you have different numbers when you are spinning it over here, actually. Okay, or you can say that, okay, suppose I want to write a logic over here where, okay, if you get one of the numbers, you are the winner. You are the winner when you select one of the numbers over there. Okay, so like that you can take some number. Okay, and I will be selecting you as a winner because you got that number to got selected over here. Okay, nothing but kind of a jackpot you can say, or a lottery logic also you can say. Okay, lottery logics will also work in the same way, right? So I'll say the simple thing over here, finding my winner over here. Okay, so what I'll do over here is, okay, for example, I'll take any two numbers over here. For example, if you got 45 or 55, when you spin something, you are the winner. Remaining all other digits are no winners, not winners over there. Okay, like you can say these are the lucky for winner numbers. Okay, so now let me start writing the logic for this, right? Okay, so I'll first of all I'll tell the user to enter the number, because this is one of the best methods where you will tell user to enter something. Okay, I'll say please enter the number. Okay, and whenever he enters the number, you will take the number as read value as a over here, and then again I'll write an if condition and just see this if condition how it works over here. So I'm writing an if condition over here, and in this if condition I'll say if a, whatever value of a I'm entering over here, if a is equal to, okay, if a is equal to 45. Okay, if a is equal to 45, one more number also write, I will write. Okay, or if a is equal to 45, or if a is equal to, okay, 65 for example, or 66. So if a is equal to 45, also you are a winner. If a is equal to 66, also you are a winner. These two are your, you can say, winning numbers or winning digits. Okay, so when you spin something, if you got 45 or if you got 66, you are the winner for that game. Remaining all other numbers are not winners. Okay, so what I'll do over here is, I already told my if condition to check this statement. Then I'll say echo, okay, that you are a winner over here. Okay, else I'll say echo, okay, you lost the game. Okay, and I will say fi to close my if condition over here. Right, so an if condition over here where I'm checking the a value, whatever numbers you want you can give, guys, 45 or 66. Okay, I'm telling user only to give the number. So when user is giving the number, these are the winning numbers, 45 or 66, or you can write 67 or 87, whatever you want you can write. Okay, no problem. So what I'm doing over here is, if the value of a is equal to 45, you are a winner. Still, if the value of a is equal to 66 also, any one of these numbers, you are winner only. Remaining all for the other numbers, you are a loser over here. Okay, so mostly, okay, jackpot logic, you can say lottery logic, you can say simple logic only. Okay, right, now let me save my file over here. Okay, and then let me start executing my shell script. It is asking me to enter the number. Okay, what was the winning number? 45. Okay, I'll give 45 over here and enter. It is telling you you are a winner. Again I'll run and execute. The other winning number was 66, right? And I'll give enter over here. Yes, I'm a winner. Okay, and I'll write the next number as 25, and it says I lost. Okay, so only for the winning numbers it tells you that you are a winner, and for the remaining other numbers it tells you that we are not a winner, or that we have lost the game. Right? Okay, so going forward, anyhow we will be writing some more complex scripts also. Okay, so whatever scripts I have written over here, today you do it as a hands-on. Apart from that, I want you guys to write a shell script where I want you guys to check the username and password. If the username is valid, it should say me that this is a valid username. If the password is valid, it should say me that password, this is a valid password. So that will be the logic for checking your username and password, which we use in real time. Okay, anyhow, we will do that script, okay, in our next session also. Just give it a try where I want to check the username and password. And if it is valid, it should tell me that it's valid, or else it should tell me that it is not valid over here. Okay, so try to do this, okay, as a task, and do the remaining all the scripts that which we have did, okay, starting from addition and all that, and we will go to some more complex scripts, guys, in our next session. Okay, so these were very simple scripts that which we have done over here, and then we will be going to our complex scripts. Okay, so just try to get your hands on free with your scripts, okay, and the way how we are writing the syntax and all, you will be, okay, getting more comfortable onto the shell script. Okay, right? So to your interviewer, you tell them that you are comfortable with shell script only. Okay, you need to go for Python and all. Shell script will do a lot of things for us, okay, for automating our job, right? Okay, fine, guys. Okay, so let me just save the share.